Hey, remember this show?
No one told you life was gonna be this way. Your job's a joke, you broke, your love life's the old way. It's like you're always stuck in second gear.
Well, what was once just network TV sitcom fluff in the mid-90s and early 2000s is now politically incorrect dogma, well, at least according to those who make up the millennial generation, some of whom claim that the plot lines of Friends can trigger them. Yeah, Friends. Although it was enormously popular back in the day, I wasn't a big fan of Friends. Just the idea that a bunch of 20-somethings, many of whom were presumably earning minimum wage, were somehow able to afford lavish Manhattan lofts that wouldn't be out of place in the pages of Architectural Digest, well, that was just too much of a realism hurdle for me to overcome. Nevertheless, Friends had a big fan base. All the actors were easy on the eyes, and they occupied a parcel of the TV universe where I suspect many members of the audience wish they could reside in, given the drudgery of their own real lives. So you ask yourself, what's not to love? Well, along comes a recent article in The Independent about millennials discovering or rediscovering Friends on Netflix. And guess what? They don't like what they're seeing. For them, this relatively tame show is sexist, homophobic, transphobic. It even engages in, gasp, fat shaming. Indeed, many bemoan plot lines that are simply too insensitive towards the LGBTTTIQQAAP and sometimes Y community. For example, that episode when Chandler was paranoid about being perceived as a gay man, or when he made jokes about his cross-dressing dad. Well, that may have been funny circa 1999, but today it almost qualifies as a hate crime, I guess. Just check out some of the reactions by Generation Snowflake in the Twitterverse. States Amy, rewatching Friends on Netflix, and damn, never realized just how annoying and homophobic Ross was with stuff like this. And then there was this lament from Christine Carr. I was a uni student in the 90s, so look forward to rewatching Friends on Netflix over New Year, but I agree, the fat Monica and gay Chandler jokes feel very out of place now. And was Joey always this creepy? Disappointing. You know, I think Christine's lament is very revealing and perhaps suggests why the millennials are triggered by Friends. As she states, when she entered university, she actually enjoyed the show, but after 5 years or so of progressive dogma being crammed into her noggin, she's been reprogrammed. So it is that a TV show that once generated laughter now results in stress. Wow. And of course, this being the post-Harvey Weinstein era, some millennials really lost it regarding an episode in which Rachel hired an assistant who wasn't qualified for the position he was interviewing for, but gave him the job anyway because, well, she wanted to date him. Many millennials clamor there's nothing funny about that storyline, and the episode should have ended with Rachel being fired for sexual harassment. Okay, reality check here. Rachel is played by Jennifer Aniston in her prime. I know we're not supposed to even contemplate such thoughts, but just how many heterosexual guys on the planet would take offense to being harassed by a Rachel? So, sorry, but if a boss like Jennifer Aniston were to harass me, I think I might be mistaken into thinking I just won the lottery. But the freak out over Friends only shows how much the world has allegedly changed in just a few years. I recently lamented in this space how last fall, Toronto Star columnist Joanna Schneller bemoaned the return of the brilliant Curb Your Enthusiasm series after a 6-year hiatus. The reason? The comedic themes inherent to Curb are way too politically incorrect for today's fragile audiences. You know, I have to wonder what the millennials would say if they were to ever stumble upon an old episode of All in the Family from the 70s, like this one in which Archie Bunker offers his take on evolutionary theory.
Look at your cave women. Why do you think your cave women was created with short legs and fat butts?
don't know, Arch, but I'm sure you got a good answer.
So they couldn't run fast, so the men could catch them and force them to make the meals and the babies.
Well, weren't there any cave women with long legs and skinny butts that could run faster than the men?
Well, them, the men would have to bring down with a rock.
Now I'm starting to catch on. And what about the cavemen with short legs and fat butts that couldn't catch any women?
Well, they was probably your first fags.
You know, could All in the Family even be made today? I wonder. Because it seems the millennial generation apparently can't get through life without being triggered, even by fictional sitcoms that once aired on network TV in prime time. The millennial mantra seems to be, I exist, therefore I am offended. But I think their endless fragility and fretting is starting to trigger the rest of us. For the Rebel.media, I'm David the Menzoid Menzies. Hey folks, if you like that commentary, please consider becoming a premium Rebel subscriber and never miss another Rebel video.